Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Tertiary Business Science Challenge, the sixth round of 16 contest. This time it is between the Koforidua Technical University and the defending national champions, the University of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, the champions are in town. Yes, and they are here to begin the defense of their national championship. It is going to be a contest to decide who joins the Valley View University, West End University College, the University of Cape Coast, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the University of Energy and Natural Resources in the quarterfinal. Only one will make their way into the quarterfinal. Who is it going to be? Will it be the Koforidua Technical University or the University of Ghana? You are reminded that the program is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana. We have a good lineup of sponsors, including MTN Ghana, PwC, Gold Ghana. We have Piva Beverages, we have Glyco Life, Compu Ghana, and GCB Bank. Our media partners are Daily Graphic and Graphic Online. We are reminded that the program is streaming live on Facebook, Daily Graphic Ghana, as well as on YouTube. The contest is going to be organized in 6 rounds. But before then, who are representing the school? So please join me with a round of applause as we welcome the contestants on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, for the Koforidua Technical University, this is their second appearance at the Tertiary Business Science Challenge. In 2023, they joined. In 2023, they were at the zonal final and then came as second runners-up. In 2023, they made their way to the national championship. But of course, they failed to turn up against the University of Ghana. In 2025, they were at the zonal final. At the zonal final, they came as second runners-up. This time, they are here to face the University of Ghana squarely. For the University of Ghana, they have been at the Tertiary Business Science Challenge in 6 out of the 7 editions. They are 3-time zonal champions, and they are the reigning national champion. Ladies and gentlemen, they are here to begin the defense of their national title. And they will need to be at their best to be able to defeat this resilient KTU side. We will see how it will go. KTU, who is representing you?
All right, so I'm in the person of Afari Miriam Seram, HND Accountancy, level 300.
Bernard Ejetete, HND level 300 Accountancy.
Please come again. Come again, Bernard. Introduce yourself again.
Bernard Ejetete, HND level 300 Accountancy.
Okay.
Agbanya Galenda Delali, HND Accountancy level 300.
You are welcome. So, KTU, what should we expect from you today?
We're actually here to put up our best. Expect nothing from the best, nothing but the best from us.
How was the preparation like for this contest?
I would say we've done our best, although it's not too much, but we've done our best. Yeah.
Now, the gentleman representing the University of Ghana, please introduce yourselves.
So, Jonathan Nina, BSc Accounting final year. Peter Emeka Ike, BSc Banking and Finance, final year.
Shalom Bejina Nanako,
You
third year
again.
accounting.
You again.
Shalom Bejina Nanako, I'm third year accounting.
Yeah, welcome, gentlemen. How has the preparation been like?
Yeah, we've had a good round of preparations. It's been good.
What should we expect from you today?
We will put our best to show that the defense title has begun.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the die is cast. The contest is upon us. There is no other time than now to have this 6-round contest between the Koforidua Technical University representing the Southwest Zone and the University of Ghana representing the Southeast Zone. A place at the quarterfinal is what they are fighting for. One of these two schools. Who will it be? My name is Al Hassan Yusuf Traore, and of course, I love academic violence. Let's have some violence this afternoon. So round 1 will be on theory to test your understanding of basic principles and concepts in business. Round 2 will involve calculations. Round 3 is the business case of the day. Round 4 is a graphic business segment where I'll ask you questions on some stories that appeared in the graphic business newspaper. Round 5 will be the true or false segment. The sit round will be riddles. Please, are we ready? KT, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Bernard, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
University of Ghana, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Jonathan, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am ready. My audience, are you ready? Let's have some violence this afternoon. Round 1. Round 1. This round will involve theory questions like I indicated earlier to test your understanding of basic principles and concepts in business. Each of you will have the opportunity of attempting 6 major questions. For your major question, you have 10 seconds to give an answer for 3 points. And 2 attempts only unless otherwise indicated. For a bonus question, you have 1 attempt only to be answered in 5 seconds for 1 point. Please, are we ready? If you are ready, we go straight to the questions. I'm beginning this round from the Koforidua Technical University, KTU. Let's do something on sampling, audit sampling. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give you a set of scenarios. You have to indicate or identify the audit sampling concept that is being demonstrated in the scenario and explain your answer. To identify the audit sampling concept that is being demonstrated in the scenario, I'll read to you and you explain your answer. KTU. Before sample testing begins, the audit team decides they are willing to accept a maximum 5% chance of failing to detect a material misstatement, meaning they want to be 95% confident in their conclusion. Before sample testing begins, the audit team decides they are willing to accept a maximum 5% chance of failing to detect a material misstatement, meaning they want to be 95% confident in their conclusions. Bailed out, University of Ghana, bonus to you. You've been bailed out. Now your major question, University of Ghana. Before testing a sample of sales returns, the auditor determines that a misstatement exceeding 5,000 cedis in total would be unacceptable and should lead to additional testing or adjustments. Identify the audit sampling concept that is being demonstrated here. Before testing a sample of sales returns, the auditor determines that a misstatement that exceeds 5,000 cedis in total will be unacceptable and should lead to additional testing or adjustments.
Judgmental sampling. That is to say that the the auditor is going to have a particular percentage with which is in this with the judgmental sampling, the auditor is having a mind to criticize to see if there's any data with which he could flag.
That is not acceptable. Bonus to KTU. All right. So we are referring to the tolerable error or tolerable misstatements. And then for the one I asked it is a confidence level. Confidence level. Next set of questions. You have to identify the legal concept that is being applied in this scenario and explain your answer. Identify the legal concept that is being applied in this scenario and explain your answer. Koforidua Technical University. Okay. So, Yimano Adi accidentally transfers 8,000 cedis to an old business associate, Kwesi. Kwesi realizes the money is not his, but uses it to pay off his personal loan. Yimano demands a refund. You have to identify the legal concept that is being applied in this scenario. Yimano accidentally transfers 8,000 cedis to an old business associate, Kwesi. Kwesi realizes the money is not his, but uses it to pay off his personal loan. Yimano is now demanding a refund. You have to identify the legal concept that is being applied in this scenario. Bonus for the University of Ghana. Audience. All right. University of Ghana. A contractor begins renovating a house after a verbal agreement with the owner. Halfway through, the owner cancels the project. The contractor seeks compensation for work already completed. Identify the legal concept that is being applied here and explain. A contractor begins renovating a house after a verbal agreement with the owner. Halfway through, the owner cancels the project. The contractor seeks compensation for work already completed. I given an answer, or I should move on.
Quantum merit is a concept being spoken about, and the explanation is that the victim is now wants the actual amount of the work that has already been done to compensate him for the time spent and the performance that has been done.
It is correct. Next set of questions still beginning with KTU. Next set of questions still begins with you. So there are various types of listening. Listening to something, like I'm talking and you are listening now. There are various problems or various types of listening. I'm going to give you a scenario. You have to identify the type of listening or the listening problem that is being indicated in the scenario. Are you ready? KTU. In a meeting about organizational changes, one employee only reacts to parts that affect their department and ignores the broader company-wide changes being explained. In a meeting about organizational changes, one employee only reacts to parts that affect their department and ignores the broader company-wide changes being explained.
So we have selective listening. This is where an individual only takes part in what matters to him or her.
Yes, that is correct. University of Ghana. During a TBSC team meeting, the project lead maintains eye contact, nods occasionally, asks clarifying questions, and paraphrases what team members say to ensure understanding. During a TBSC team meeting, the project lead maintains eye contact, nods occasionally, asks clarifying questions, and paraphrases what team members say to ensure understanding.
So the type of listening here is attentive listening. This is where the individual is fully focused on the issue and tries to get a full understanding of whatever ensues, to also be able to ask questions to buttress his understanding.
Bonus to KTU. It is. Have they been bailed out? Okay. It is active listening. Active listening. You mentioned attentive. I'm not sure that is what I wanted. Okay. For the next set of questions, we are beginning from the University of Ghana. Next set of questions, University of Ghana. So there are various types of power in an organization. I'm going to give you a set of scenarios. Tell me the type of power that is being exercised and explain your answer. Identify the type of power that is being exercised and explain your answer. During a system upgrade, all team members look to Abigail, the IT analyst, for direction. Even the manager defers to her judgment due to her deep knowledge of cybersecurity protocols. During a system upgrade, all team members look to Abigail, the IT analyst, for direction. Even the manager defers to her judgment due to her deep knowledge of cybersecurity protocols.
So this expert power. So here the individual showed the individual has this power because of the skills he has in that particular area, and the IT, which is the IT area.
It is correct. KTU, the sales manager at CompuGhana promises 1,000 CD bonus to any employee who exceeds their monthly target. Staff members begin competing energetically to meet their quotas. The sales manager at CompuGhana promises 1,000 CD bonus to any employee who exceeds their monthly target. Staff members begin competing energetically to meet their quotas. Even bailed out. Bonus to the University of Ghana.
So it's reward power. This is because the manager has this power because he's able to determine incentives to be given to employees, and this gives him a higher power since that incentive is one that is attractive to the other party.
Indeed, it is reward power. That is correct. For the next set of questions, this is a common preamble. Common preamble for the next set of questions. For each of the following scenarios, identify the capital appraisal method or technique that is being implied and state the appropriate decision rule being applied. For each of the following scenarios, identify the capital appraisal method being implied and state the appropriate decision rule being applied. Begin with the University of Ghana. A company is reviewing two mutually exclusive projects. One of the directors insists that they choose a project that yields a higher percentage return based on average annual profit over the initial investment, even though the cash inflows are not evenly distributed. A company is reviewing two mutually exclusive projects. One of the directors insists that they choose a project that yields a higher percentage return based on average annual profits over the initial investment, even though the cash inflows are not evenly distributed. Or yes.
So the capital appraisal approach here is the accounting rate of return, and you accept the project when that particular rate is more than the cost of capital.
That is correct. KTU, when reviewing competing projects, a project manager insists on selecting the one that generates the greatest return for each unit of capital investment or invested based on the present value of future cash inflows. When reviewing competing projects, a project manager insists on selecting the one that generates the greatest return for each unit of capital invested based on the present value of future cash inflows. The firm accepts only projects that exceed a benchmark ratio. The firm only accepts projects that exceeds a benchmark ratio.
So we have a net present value where the firm looks at all the future inflows and then compares it to the initial outflow.
That is not correct. Bonus is available.
So we have the profitability index, and then we accept the project when the rate is greater than 1.
Yes. Next set of questions. This will be the last set of questions for the round. We are doing something on management theories. Management theory. So I'll give you a scenario. You tell me the management theory that is being applied in the scenario, and you justify your answer and its implication or employee behavior. Beginning with the University of Ghana. Okay. So at Glycolife, the operations manager enforces strict schedules, monitors break times, and frequently reminds staff that mistakes could result in penalties. Employees show little initiative and often wait for instructions before acting. Which of McGregor's theories is being applied in this scenario? Justify your answer and explain. At Glycolife Limited, the operations manager enforces strict schedules, monitors break times, and frequently reminds staff that mistakes could result in penalties. Employees show little initiative and often wait for instructions before acting. Which of McGregor's theories is being applied in this scenario?
So it is theory X, and this is because ordinarily for theory X are workers that they naturally do not like work, or they don't like to take initiative, and they would want some external force to be meted out to them before they do the work. And the implication it has on them is that there's a low level of motivation, or that's to say they are not really motivated to work. So that explains why the particular leadership style under this is the authoritarian leadership.
Yes, it is correct. KTU, in a tech startup, the founder believes that people enjoy work and are naturally driven to solve problems. Employees are encouraged to pitch new ideas, manage their own schedules, and set project goals. The company has a high rate of innovation and low staff turnout. Which McGregor theory does the founder subscribe to? Justify your response. Okay, you want to go ahead?
So this is theory Y. Employees are being motivated by themselves and they do not wait for instructions to go by. So the leadership style that is being used is democratic style.
Yes, of course. If it's not X, then it's Y. On that note, we come to the end of round 1. We come to the end of round 1. Please show some love, show some love. A place at the quarterfinal is at stake. One of these two schools will join the quarterfinal train. We already have 5 schools at the quarterfinal. We have the Valley View University, West End University College, the University of Cape Coast, the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, and the University of Energy and Natural Resources. Ladies and gentlemen, the scores at the end of round 1. At the end of round 1, KTU had 6 points, University of Ghana had 14 points. For the next set of questions, I'm beginning with the University of Ghana in round 2. This round, you need 30 seconds to give me an answer in 2 attempts only. You attempt 6 major questions. For a bonus, you have 5 seconds to give an answer in 1 attempt only. Beginning with the University of Ghana. University of Ghana, given the following data set: 5, 7, 8, 8, 10, 12, 12, 15, 16, 18. Calculate the mean, mode, and interquartile range. I take it again. Given the data set 5, 7, 8, 8, 10, 12, 12, 15, 16, 18. Calculate the mean, mode, and interquartile range.
So we have the mean to be 11.1, the mode as 12, and then the interquartile range as 15 as 8. So mean to be 11.1, mode to be 12, and then the interquartile range to be 8.
2 out of 3. KTU, given the data set 7, 10, 9, 11, 12, 8, 10, 13, 15, and 10. Calculate the mean, mode, and interquartile range. Given the data set 7, 10, 9, 11, 12, 8, 10, 13, 15, and 10. Calculate the mean, mode, and interquartile range.
So the mean is 10.5, the mode is 10, and then the interquartile range is 12.
You have another opportunity to come back.
Mean is 10.5, the mode is 10, interquartile range is 11.
2 out of 3. So the interquartile range is what you got wrong. It is 3. For the University of Ghana, the interquartile range was 7. 15 minus 8, 7. Next set of questions. Still beginning with you, University of Ghana. An equity portfolio has an expected annual return of 14% and a risk-free rate is 4%. The portfolio's beta is 1.25. Calculate the Treynor ratio and interpret its meaning. An equity portfolio has an expected annual return of 14%. The risk-free rate is 4%, and the portfolio's beta is 1.25. Calculate the Treynor ratio and interpret its meaning.
So the Treynor ratio is 0.08 or 8%. That is to say that for a particular level of risks, that particular equity portfolio makes an additional return of 8%.
Yes. KTU. An investor is considering a portfolio with an expected return of 10% and a downside deviation of 6%. If the risk-free rate is 3%, calculate the Sortino ratio. An investor is considering a portfolio with an expected return of 10% and a downside deviation of 6%. If the risk-free rate is 3%, calculate the Sortino ratio. And interpret here.
We have 0.11. So it means the portfolio will bring an additional return of 11%. 0.07. So the
Bernard, I want you to be clear with what you are saying. So give me a definite answer now.
0.07. So it means we are going to have an additional return of 7%.
That is not correct. Bonus to the University of Ghana.
So the Sortino ratio in percentage is going to be 116.67%. This means that for a particular level of downside risk, that's for any negative occurrence, the portfolio makes a positive return of 116.67%.
Yes. Your major question, University of Ghana. University of Ghana, your major question. For the 2024 fiscal year, the Ministry of Finance recorded the following inflows. So we have fees and charges, 2,800 cedis. Fees and charges, 2,800. Corporate income tax, 12,000 cedis. Import duty, 3,200 cedis. Value added tax, 4,000. Interest on investment, 1,500. Calculate the non-tax revenue and the indirect tax revenue. I take it again. For the 2024 fiscal year, the Ministry of Finance recorded the following inflows. Fees and charges, 2,800. Corporate income tax, 12,000. Import duty, 3,200. Value added tax, 4,000. Interest on investment, 1,500. Compute the non-tax revenue and the indirect tax revenue.
So the non-tax revenue is 4,300 and the indirect revenue is 19,200.
You have one other chance to correct your mistake.
Okay. So the indirect revenue is going to give us a figure of 5,500. Then the non-tax revenue is 2,800.
I'm not taking that. Bonus is available to KTU.
The indirect is 4,000.
Go ahead.
The indirect tax is 4,000, and the direct tax is.
Go ahead now.
18,000.
It is not correct. Audience. Your major question, KTU. The following receipts were reported for the 2024 fiscal year. VAT was 4,700. Excise duty was 3,000. Business operating permits 2,600. Fines and court penalties 1,004. And the company income tax 9,000. Calculate the non-tax revenue and the indirect tax revenue. VAT 4,700. Excise duty 3,000. Business operating permits 2,600. Fines and court penalties 1,400. Company income tax 9,000. Calculate the non-tax revenue and the indirect tax revenue.
So non-tax revenue is 4,000, and then indirect tax we have 7,700.
Yes. So now, University of Ghana, you see the mistake. So in the first answer you gave, one was wrong. I gave you the opportunity to correct, and you changed the two and gave wrong answers. All right, next set of questions. This time we are beginning with KTU. KTU, begin this round for us. A company wants to accumulate 50,000 cedis in a sinking fund to replace machinery in 5 years. The fund earns 8% annual interest compounded quarterly. How much should be deposited at the end of each quarter? A company wants to accumulate 50,000 cedis in a sinking fund to replace a machinery in 5 years. The fund earns 8% annual interest compounded quarterly. How much should be deposited at the end of each quarter? Bonus to the University of Ghana.
So the amount that should be deposited annually is 2,057.84.
Yes. Now your major question, University of Ghana. CompuGhana borrows 80,000 cedis at 12% annual interest to be repaid in 5 years with equal quarterly installment or payment. What is the quarterly payment? CompuGhana borrows 80,000 cedis at 12% annual interest rate to be repaid in 5 years with equal quarterly payment. What is the quarterly payment?
The quarterly payment should be 1,344.31.
It is not correct.
The quarterly payment should be 5,377.26.
Yes. Next set of questions. KTU, you are starting for us. Glycolife owns a patent with a carrying amount of 100,000 cedis. After a market reassessment due to new competitive technologies, the fair value less cost to sell is estimated at 75,000 cedis, while the value in use is 80,000 cedis. Calculate three things for me: the recoverable amount, the impairment loss, and determine the amount that will be reported in the books. I take it again. Glycolife owns a patent with a carrying amount of 100,000 cedis. After a market reassessment due to new competitive technologies, the fair value less cost to sell is estimated at 75,000 cedis, while the value in use is 80,000 cedis. Calculate the recoverable amount, the impairment loss, and determine the amount to be recorded in the books.
The recoverable amount is 80,000, impairment loss is 20,000, and then the amount to be recorded is 80,000.
Yes. University of Ghana. Piva Beverages evaluate the current value of a long-held trademark valued at 150,000 cedis. Despite minor declines in customer perception, the estimated fair value less cost to sell is 165,000 cedis, and the value in use is 140,000 cedis. Calculate the recoverable value, calculate the impairment loss, and determine the amount to be recorded in the books. Piva Beverages evaluate the current value of a long-held trademark valued at 150,000 cedis. Despite minor declines in customer perception, the estimated fair value less cost to sell is 165,000 cedis, and the value in use is 140,000 cedis. Calculate the recoverable amount, the impairment loss, and determine the amount that will be reported in the books.
So the recoverable amount is 165,000. The impairment loss is 15,000. And the amount that should be recorded is 165,000.
You have one other chance to correct your mistake.
So the recoverable amount is 165,000. So impairment gain is 15,000, and the amount to be recorded is 165,000.
1 out of 3. So the recoverable amount is correct. The impairment is not correct. Now, impairment will only occur where the carrying amount is higher than the recoverable amount. In this instance, the recoverable amount is higher, so there's no impairment of the asset. So the impairment is actually 0, and the amount to be recorded will be 150,000. I hope that is clear. Our last set of questions for this round. Last set of questions for the round. Beginning with KTU. Ghana invest 250,000 cedis to implement a new management information system, that is MIS. The system is expected to generate annual cost savings of 60,000 cedis for 4 years. The company's required rate of return is 10% per annum. Calculate the discounted return on investment over the 4-year period. Ghana Limited invests 250,000 cedis to implement a new MIS system. The system is expected to generate annual cost savings of 60,000 cedis for 4 years. The company's required rate of return is 10% per annum. Calculate the discounted return on investment over the 4-year period.
The return on investment is 28,460.
You have another chance. That is not correct.
The return on investment is 11.4%.
It is not correct. Bonus to the University of Ghana.
So the discounted return on investments is 16.39%.
It is not correct, please. It is not correct. I'll give the answer later. Now your major question, University of Ghana. PwC spends 120,000 cedis digitizing its entire document archive. This reduces manual retrieval cost, yielding 40,000 cedis annual savings for 4 years. The discount rate is 10%. Determine the return on investment using discounted cash flows. PwC spends 120,000 cedis digitizing its entire document archive. This reduces their manual retrieval cost, yielding 40,000 cedis annual savings. The discount rate is 10%. Determine the return on investment using discounted cash flows.
So we have the value to be 1.056.
No, you have one other chance. It is not correct.
It is 105.67%.
I'll not take that. Bonus to KTU.
We have 54.7%.
No. So University of Ghana, you were very close. It is the return on investment is 5.67, not the 105.67. Do you get it? So it exceeds it by 5.67. That's what I was looking for. But you mentioned 105.67 something. On that note, we come to the end of round 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is still the contest between the University of Ghana and the Koforidua Technical University. The program is brought to us kind courtesy GCB Bank, making banking and business sense for generations. Thank you for your continued support, GCB Bank. CompuGhana, empowering students and institutions with cutting-edge tech solutions. GlycoLife, here for your family, your future, and the future of Ghana's professionals. Big ups to Piva Beverages. Every sip, a boost for our contestants on the big stage. To GlycoLife, to Gold Ghana, we say thank you. They are trusted by millions and now fueling Ghana's brightest business talents. Special appreciation to PwC, bringing global insight and local excellence to support our brightest minds on stage. We are powered by MTN, Ghana's #1 network, driving digital transformations and, of course, academic violence. Ladies and gentlemen, the scores for round 2. At the end of round 2, Koforidua Technical University had 8 points, University of Ghana had 11 points. We are going into round 3, the business case of the day. In this round, both schools will be presented with a common problem. They are supposed to work as a team and come up with one solution, which will be compared with what we have and marks awarded out of 10. They will have 10 minutes within which to produce their solution. Please, you may pick up your problem before you. So let's read together. You are auditing the financial statement of DEF Retail Limited for the year ended 31st December 2023. During your audit, you need to address several key areas. 1. Cash and bank balances. Describe the audit procedures you will perform to verify the existence and accuracy of cash and bank balances. 2. Payroll expenses. Explain how you audit payroll expenses and ensure that they are correctly stated in the financial statement. 3. Materiality. Discuss the concept of materiality in auditing and how you will determine the materiality level for DEF Limited. 4. Audit opinion. Based on your findings, what types of audit opinions could you potentially issue, and under what circumstances will each type be appropriate? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our business case of the day. They have 10 minutes within which to provide their solution. You may start work now. It's time. Thank you. You may submit what you have. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, very simple and straightforward. There was a brief scenario, and we asked them to perform some activities. First, on cash and bank balances, describe the audit procedures you will perform to verify the existence and accuracy of cash and bank balances. And then the second one was on payroll expenses. Explain how you would audit payroll expenses and ensure that they are correctly stated in the financial statement. In terms of materiality, we asked them to discuss the concept of materiality in auditing and how you would determine the materiality level for the organization. For audit opinion, based on your findings, what types of audit opinions could you potentially issue? So these are the questions that we asked them. Now, for cash and bank balances, there are a number of audit procedures that one can perform to verify the existence and accuracy of cash and bank balances. Some of these could include obtaining bank confirmations, reviewing the bank reconciliations that have been prepared, inspect the year-end bank statements, conduct surprise cash counts, or examine cut-off transactions, if any. These are all procedures one can implement to check or confirm the existence and accuracy of bank balances. If you state any of these two and explain it briefly, you have 2 points. The second one is on payroll expenses, the audit procedures. To ensure that the payroll expenses are correctly stated, you may want to evaluate the internal controls that you have in the organization. You could also perform analytical procedures to compare, or by comparing payroll trends from month to month, and then investigating any variances that may come out. You can also vouch selected payroll entries, recalculate payroll, check compliance, etc. Any 2 good points, and you have 2 points. Then the third one was materiality in auditing. The question was in 2 parts. First off, to explain what materiality means, and also to indicate how you will determine the materiality level for the organization. So if you explain materiality, you have 1 point, and if you're also able to indicate how you will determine the materiality level, 2 points will suffice. So that should be 3 points. Now the last one was on types of audit opinions. We know there are a number of different types of audit opinions that one may issue. So we could have an unmodified or unqualified audit opinion. It could be a qualified one, it could be adverse, it could be disclaimer of opinion. Once you're able to explain or identify and explain each of these, or any of these 3, you have another 3 points. That should make it 10. Now let's look at what our people did. 3 plus. Okay, so we begin with the University of Ghana. So in terms of the cash and bank balances, we can use or conduct external confirmation, that is correct. To cross-check or to check for accuracy also, you can cross-check with invoices to see, or recalculation, that's correct. So they have 2 points there. For payroll expenses, go through the payroll books through inspection to verify the existence and inquire from management. Those are 2 different points, and those are also acceptable. The third one is on materiality. Materiality is anything, if omitted, will affect users' decision making. That's fine, it's acceptable for a point. To determine materiality, it is subjective. It is subject to the nature, size, and complexity of the organization. Materiality can be set on thresholds such as sales, profit, and asset base. So to the extent that they were able to identify these various ways of setting it, some quantitative measures, I will accept that for 2 points. The last part was on the types of audit opinions. They indicated unqualified opinion, that's correct. Qualified or adverse opinion is correct. Disclaimer of opinion is also correct. And then qualified opinion. So for their effort, they get 10 out of 10. So for their effort, they get 10 out of 10. We come to the Koforidua Technical University. Cash and bank balances. Audit procedures that we will perform include inspection or investigation, recalculation, arithmetic accuracy. All of these are correct. Enquiry, recalculation, they are all correct. Payroll expenses. We would have several interviews with spending officers and finance department. That's acceptable. Then there's also observation. I would accept that as well. When we come to the third one, materiality. They did not define materiality, but they did the second part correct, so they have 2 out of 3 there. And then when we come to the audit opinion, they have disclaimer of opinion, qualified opinion, adverse opinion. Those are 3 that are correct. So for their effort, they get 9 out of 10. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of round 3, KTU had 9 points, University of Ghana had 10 points. So we are going into the graphic business segment. If there are any substitutions, you may effect them now. Gentlemen and lady, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Please introduce yourself, beginning from University of Ghana.
Cassandra Sant, is it?
Cassandra Santi, BSc Accounting, final year.
Yeah, welcome, Cassandra. Who do you have from KTU?
Jituna said HND Accountancy level 300.
You are welcome, Honorable.
Thank you, sir.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in this round, we are going to ask them questions on some stories that appeared in the Graphic Business newspaper, your most authoritative business newspaper. For the purpose of this contest, we are examining them on stories that appeared in the 10th, 17th, and 24th June editions of the Graphic Business. Each school will attempt 6 major questions. For a major question, you have 10 seconds to give an answer. If it's a bonus, you have 5 seconds. 3 points if you get your major question correct, 1 point if it's a bonus. Please, are we ready? If you are ready, we are beginning this round from Koforidua Technical University, KTU. Common preamble to the two of you. Common preamble. Let's start. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the sharp decline in the producer price index or producer price inflation represents an opportunity for businesses to revisit suspended investment and expansion plans. That's the preamble. Now, KTU, what was the producer price inflation for April 2025, May 2025, and the difference? What was the producer price inflation for April 2025, May 2025, and the difference between the two figures?
It was 18.5% in May, April, and 10.2 in May, representing 8.3% decrease.
Yes. University of Ghana, what was the producer price index for April 2025, May 2025, and the difference? What was the producer price index for April 2025, May 2025, and the difference?
So for May 2025, we have 262.4. For May 2020, for April, we have 273.9, and then we have the difference to be 11.5.
Yes. In KTU. So, common preamble. Stakeholders at the 2025 World Environment Day celebrations. Please, can we have some silence? Stakeholders at the 2025 World Environment Day celebration emphasize the urgent need for policy reforms, business leadership, and public engagement on single-use plastics. KTU, just mention any 3 of these stakeholders who were at the program. Mention any 3 of the stakeholders at the program.
Mr. Edward.
Bonus is available to University of Ghana.
So we have the Plastic Punch, we have the EPA, we have the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana.
Yes. Now your major question, University of Ghana. University of Ghana. Supermarkets that are part of the voluntary pact are rolling out the Bag the Habit campaign. Mention any 3 of these supermarkets. Supermarkets that are part of the voluntary pact are rolling out the Bag the Habit campaign. Mention any 3 of these supermarkets.
So we have the retailers, we have the Sineda supermarkets, and then we have the retailers, the Sineda supermarkets, and then other markets.
I need specifics, so I'll give you 1 out of 3. Yes. So we have Sneda, like you said. We have All Needs Supermarket at Legon, and then the Neha Supermarket. Night Market. Oh, yare. Oh. All right. Next set of questions. Koforidua Technical University. Common preamble to the two schools. Graphic Business, in partnership with Graphic Online, is organizing or organized, that time they were organizing, a special Father's Day lunch cruise at Dodi World. Mention any three of the components, or mention three components of the package each. Graphic Business partnered Graphic Online to organize a special Father's Day lunch cruise at Dodi World. Mention any three components of the package each. KTU. I like it like this. You have your chance, University of Ghana.
So we have breakfast, we have live band, and we have buffet lunch.
Yes. For the next set of questions, we are beginning with you, University of Ghana. University of Ghana, I'm beginning the next set with you. Common preamble, please take note. Common preamble. In a significant move to strengthen regulatory cooperation within Ghana's commercial shipping sector, the Ghana Shippers Authority and the Ghana Revenue Authority Customs Division have inaugurated a joint working group. The initiative aims to improve coordination and enhance operational efficiency at the country's ports. You have to summarize the key points raised by the following persons at the program where this was discussed. Do you get a preamble? So I'm going to mention a name to you. Summarize the key point that that person raised at that program where the initiative was agreed on. University of Ghana, yours is the Acting Deputy Commissioner for Operations, Emmanuel Ohene. Acting Deputy Commissioner for Operations, Customs, Emmanuel Ohene.
So he said it was a strategic collaboration between the two regulatory bodies to provide regulatory oversight and promote efficiency.
Come again, Cassandra.
So he said it was a strategic collaboration between the two public sector organizations to provide regulatory, yes.
To provide what?
Regulatory over the shipping sector.
That's
and
fine, it's
operational
accepted.
efficiency.
KTU, yours is the Deputy CEO in charge of operations, Prince Henry Ankra. Deputy CEO in charge of operations, Prince Henry Ankra. Do you want to take the bonus up, University of Ghana? Go ahead.
So he spoke about the varying functions of both acts, talking about how the act of the custom and then the act of the GSA is going to actually help streamline this joint operation.
I'll accept it. All right. Next set of questions. Next set of questions, still beginning with the University of Ghana, common preamble. The Bank of Ghana has published an exposure draft proposing substantial regulatory reforms to tackle the ongoing challenge of non-performing loans in the banking and financial services sector. That's a preamble. Did you get that? Katie, did you get a preamble? Now, University of Ghana, mention any three aims or objectives of this BOG directive. Mention any three aims or objectives of this Bank of Ghana directive.
Okay, so we have asset safeguarding, protecting the sector profitability, and ensuring a stable financial environment.
Yes. Koforidua Technical University, KTU, mention any three of the proposed directives in the exposure draft. Mention any three of the proposed directives.
So the new requirements, the new directives will require bank to cap the IFO at 2%. Instead, limited disclosure has created a situation where
Go ahead. Okay, so 1 out of 3. Please show some love to them. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. Now, if you know the amount of information that they have had to study to be here, I think you'll do more. And now the last set of questions for the round, beginning with the University of Ghana. Eugene, what was the theme for the Ghana Horticultural Expo 2025 held in Accra? What was the theme for the Ghana Horticultural Expo 2025 held in Accra?
Innovation, sustainability, digital transformation in maintaining competition in the horticultural sector.
Yes. KTU, what is expected to be the theme for the 5th edition of the Chamber Business Awards? What is expected to be the theme for the 5th edition of the Chamber Business Awards?
So revitalizing Ghana development agenda through public and private collaboration.
Yes, that is correct. On that note, we come to the end of round 4. So that is the end of round 4. We will take our scores briefly, and then we progress to round 5. So at the end of round 4, the scores. Whilst we wait for the scores, we are reminded that the program is brought to us by Graphic Business in partnership with ICAG. Our sponsors include Papaya Fast Foods Limited, Zenith University College, EPP Book Services, and the Ghana National Association of Teachers. Aside GCB Bank, CompuGhana, Glycolife, Piva Beverages, Gold Ghana, PwC, MTN, our media partners, Daily Graphic and Graphic Online. At the end of round 4, the scores. Koforidua Technical University at 7 points, University of Ghana at 17 points. So we are going straight into round 5. True or false segment. In this round, I'm going to read out some statements to both of you. You have a simple task. Just tell me if the statement is true or false. If you get it correct, I'll dash you 2 points. If you get it wrong, I'll take 1 point from you. You have 10 seconds to give me an answer. It is not compulsory. You may decide not to answer. Forget the audience. Let's go on. We are beginning this round from the University of Ghana. University of Ghana. In telephone conversations, paralanguage plays a more critical role than in face-to-face conversations. In telephone conversations, Paralanguage plays a more critical role than in face-to-face conversations.
True.
It is true. KTU, a speaker who frequently changes tone and pitch is always viewed as confusing and unprofessional. A speaker who frequently changes tone and pitch is always viewed as confusing and unprofessional.
False.
Yes, it is false. University of Ghana. For a monopolist, marginal revenue is always less than the price for all positive quantities. For a monopolist, marginal revenue is always less than the price for all positive quantities.
True.
It is true. KTU, a monopolist always earns positive economic profit in the long run. A monopolist always earns positive economic profit in the long run.
True.
It is not true. University of Ghana. University of Ghana. An asset under construction should not be depreciated until it is available to use. An asset under construction should not be depreciated until it is available for use.
True.
It is true. KTU, fully depreciated assets should always be derecognized from the financial statement. Fully depreciated assets should always be derecognized from the financial statement. University of Ghana, do you want to take it up?
True.
It is not true. It is not true. You can always revalue the assets and then keep them in the financial statement. Next set of questions, we are beginning with the KTU. Next set of questions, we are beginning with you. Multi-factor authentication is considered a preventive control. Multi-factor authentication is considered a preventive control in IT security.
True.
Yes. University of Ghana. A system backup and recovery process is primarily a corrective control. A system backup and recovery process is primarily a corrective control in IT security.
False.
It is not false. So the backup and recovery, it has occurred. You are now trying to recover. The next set of questions. KTU, price-based positioning is particularly vulnerable in markets with low switching cost and undifferentiated offerings. Price-based positioning is particularly vulnerable in markets with low switching cost and undifferentiated offerings.
True.
It is true. University of Ghana, price-based positioning is most suitable in industries with low fixed cost and high price elasticity. Price-based positioning is most suitable in industries with low fixed cost and high price elasticity?
True.
It is true. Our last set of questions for the round. Last set of questions. KTU. An employee is reimbursed 2,000 cedis for using her personal funds to pay for official stationery on behalf of the company. This reimbursement is taxable income. An employee is reimbursed 2,000 cedis for using her personal funds to pay for official stationery on behalf of the company. This reimbursement is taxable income.
False.
Yes, it's false. And now finally to the University of Ghana. An employee receives 5,000 cedis as compensation for personal injury sustained at work. This compensation is exempt from tax. An employee receives 5,000 cedis as compensation for personal injury sustained at work. This compensation is exempt from tax.
True.
It is true. On that note, we come to the end of round 5. You want taxation? If you get it wrong, I'll deduct 1 from your school. All right, so the scores for round 5, ladies and gentlemen. Koforidua Technical University had 7 points, University of Ghana had 8 points. Please show some love whilst we go to the final round. Ladies and gentlemen, the final round is upon us. 5 riddles, open to the 2 of you. The first school to ring their bell will be required to give an answer in 10 seconds. The bell from KTU, please. And that of University of Ghana. When you ring the bell, you have 10 seconds to give an answer. If you get it wrong, you can no longer partake in that riddle. If there are further clues, I'll read them to the hearing of the remaining school. If you answer correctly on the first clue, 5 points. Second clue, 4 points. Answering correctly on any other clue is 3 points. Riddle number 1. Please pay attention. We will need some silence here. I am a type of goods in economics. I am named after an economist called Thorstein, who introduced the idea of conspicuous consumption in the late 19th century. I contradict the law of demand. This happens because higher prices make the goods more desirable as a status symbol. University of Ghana.
Luxury goods.
No, I won't take that. I read for the hearing of KTU. Some examples of goods that fall in my category include designer handbags, luxury watches, high-end sports cars, premium jewelry, and exclusive fashion items. I am the luxury items for which demand increases as the price increases.
Goods of ostentation.
I'm not sure I'll take that as well. What I'm looking for is Veblen goods. Riddle number 2. I am an important standard setting body in accounting. I am based in Norwalk, Connecticut, and led by 7 full-time board members, 1 being the chairman, appointed by the Financial Accounting Foundation to serve 5-year terms. My accounting standards are accepted as authoritative by many organizations, including state boards of accountancy and the American Institute of CPAs, that is AICPA. The Securities and Exchange Commission of the U.S. designated me as the organization responsible for setting accounting standards for public companies in the U.S. I'm a private, independent, non-profit organization responsible for establishing and improving financial accounting and reporting standards, commonly known as the General Accepted Accounting Principle, GAP, in the United States. University of Ghana.
So it's IFAC.
It is not correct. Katie, are you ringing the bell? Go ahead.
ISSB.
No, ISSB is under IFAC. What I'm looking for is a Financial Accounting Standards Board. That is the body that develops the General Accepted Accounting Principle. It is based in the US. Okay? Unlike the International Accounting Standards Board, IASB. No, that is not what I was expecting. Riddle number 3. I'm a type of loan in default. I represent a major challenge for the banking sector as I reduce profitability. I'm often claimed to prevent banks from lending more to businesses and consumers, which in turn slows economic growth, although this theory is disputed. I'm considered a major credit risk in the banking sector. I'm a type of bank loan that is subject to late repayment or is unlikely to be repaid. University of Ghana.
Non-performing loans.
Yes. They answered on the last clue, that is 3 points. 3 points. Our fourth riddle. Fourth riddle. I'm one of the most important concepts in statistics, often used in the natural and social sciences to represent real-valued random variables whose distributions are unknown or assumed to be continuous. My importance is partly due to the central limit theorem. I am a type of continuous probability distribution for a real-valued random variable. As a probability distribution, I appear as a bell curve when graphed. I describe a symmetrical plot of data around its mean value, where the width of the curve is defined by the standard deviation. University of Ghana.
Normal distribution.
Yes. They answered on the last clue 3 points. We'll take our last riddle and the last question for this round. Okay, so let's do this. I am a type of consumer product in marketing. I am the type of product or services that consumers don't actively seek out or are unaware of. University of Ghana.
Unsold goods.
Yes. They answered on the second clue 4 points. 4 points. So, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, we come to the end of the contest. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the contest, the 6th round of 16 contest between the University of Ghana and the Koforidua Technical University. We will take the scores for round 6, and then we will come back with the final results. The scores for round 6. KTU had no points. University of Ghana had 10 points. So before we take the final results, KTU, how has the experience been like? Your first major appearance on the national stage.
This round of 16 has taught us a lot of lessons. We are going back, we are coming back stronger.
Definitely, yes. They are going and coming back stronger. But have you given up already?
We never say die.
University of Ghana, your overall assessment of the contest.
It's been a very good contest for us, and there's definitely more work to be done. And we want to say, let the title defense begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final results. The final results. At the end of the contest. At the end of the contest. Koforidua. At the end of the contest, Koforidua Technical University had 37 points. University of Ghana had 70 points. So, ladies and gentlemen, by this result, the title defense continues at the quarterfinal stage. Congratulations to University of Ghana. I'll see you at the quarterfinal. KTU, it was a good lesson. Your first major appearance at the national stage, and I believe you've learned some valuable lessons like you've alluded to. But of course, your score of 37 is not bad. It is not bad. You may likely come back as one of the best losing teams. So please find solace in that. Congratulations to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, studio audience, it's been a pleasure coming your way with another interesting round of 16 contests. This time it was between the Koforidua Technical University, who are here for the very first time. We are reminded also that for all three or four of them, this is their first time appearance on TBSC. So please, they did well. Yes. So, on behalf of my production team, led by Franklin Sowa, supported by Yvonne Ayi, George Dansu, Stella Logosu, George David Ebo, NSJC Malik Haruna, Emmanuel Amamo, Agnes Ado, Evans Minta, Alfred Akweje, Felix Tay, David Niam Abubakar, Ivan Stayuba, Samuel Ansa, Emmanuel Adi, and Esther. Mr. Edward. Thank you so much for being part of this contest. Special appreciation to our sponsors. We have PwC, we have MTN, we have Gold Ghana, Piva Beverages, Glycolife, Compu Ghana, GCB Bank, Papaya Fast Foods, Zenith University College, EPP Book Services, Ghana National Association of Teachers. On behalf of all of these, and then on your behalf, studio audience, and all those who watch us online, it's been a pleasure coming your way once again. My name is Al Hassan Yusuf Traore. I love academic violence. I'll see you next time. Traore, and I love academic violence.
This means a lot. We are super excited.
They've really shown professionalism.
Improve the experience and compliance.
Yes, that is correct.
Champions who have held the trophy for more than 365 days.
You said you used to test hypothesis.
T-test.
No, please.
Radio frequency identification.
Yes.
Ceremony of the giant trophy, which signifies that UGBS are our 2024 champions. So let's welcome them with a hearty round of applause as they receive the trophy.
This means a lot. We are super excited. They've really shown professionalism.
Improve the experience and compliance.
Yes, that is correct.
Champions who have held the trophy for more than 365 days.
You said you used to test hypothesis.
T-test.
No, please.
Radio frequency identification.
Yes.
Congratulations, guys. It's not easy. Let a round of applause flow for our 2024 Tertiary Business Science Challenge champions, the University of Ghana Business School. Let's go.
See that day where we dey shy, see that day where we dey shy, see that day where we dey mania.